Hi, Jordan. How you doing? Got your work up right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is the size of your images. Your images are pretty big. This one is, look down here. See where my cursor is? And in PDF, this is a little trick. If you take a cursor and put it over there and down in the corner, it'll give you the exact image size. So 13.89 by 6.99, which is kind of a really odd size. And then as we go through the presentation, we see this one is 13.7. They're all 13.89. But they're varying heights. So the widths are all the same, but the heights are all different. So, and one of the reasons I bring that up is because, let me just close this down a little bit. And what I want to do is I just kind of want to go through the presentation and see that it's kind of, it creates an uncomfortable visual tension when you're going through a presentation, specifically a narrative, kind of documentary type presentation like this, and the images keep jumping sizes. So for that reason, I've been recommending to a lot of students to try to keep your image size consistent. So that way we don't have this. Every time we turn the page, the mind has to kind of adjust to the new page. So it's good to set the cadence and keep it consistent throughout the presentation. That way, subconsciously, the mind isn't going, oh, we got another change, and has to adjust and kind of make these calculations, these internal calculations before the image registers. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the actual narrative itself. So the one thing I see in this, to me, it seems like the narrative is about this dog right here. And that is, yeah, that's that guy right there. That's him or her. I don't know if that's a him or her. Again and again there. So that's the main player, right? That's the star of the show. So to me, it would make sense that this guy was center stage in this opening image. The other thing I recommend is that these dogs are, you're showing their relationship with each other, but you're mainly showing this guy's relationship. So I think this portrait for these dogs, they should probably be moved a little bit closer together. I wonder if there's a way that, I don't know your dogs, but it seems like two of them are prone to running because they're the two that have the leashes on them, where this guy seems to not have a leash. He's not going anywhere. So I'm wondering if you have a closed-in, fenced-in backyard, I'm wondering if there's a way that you can get those guys to sit together and play nice. And there's this thing in photography, which is harder said than done. There's this old saying in photography, never work with animals or children. And I think the reason is because of the unpredictability. So this image itself, so let's go through the narrative, then we'll go through the technical aspects. This image is pretty good. I mean, you're kind of introducing the star of the show a little bit. I like the soft focus on the background. I like the fact that he's not centered, or that this dog, I don't know whether to call it he or she, but I like that dog's not centered. So that's good composition there. Then here we get this kind of interesting shot where this dog has this relationship with the ball. So you've introduced the ball to the narrative here. And I think you've done so in a really interesting way, playing this kind of relationship between the foreground and the animal's relationship with the ball. Okay, then we start getting more intimate knowledge of this dog's relationship with his favorite, the ball. And then it goes from there, and it really starts getting well developed. This is where I think it kind of falls a little bit apart, in that we've kind of lost the relationship with the ball here, and we're off to a hose. So the narrative has kind of changed gears a little bit here. Nonetheless, he's still the main star of the show. There's a great shot right there. I love that. One of the things I would recommend in a shot like this, setting up shots like this, is to try to think about things in the background. We call this visual noise or visual clutter. And it's these things that kind of, they take a lot of attention away from the main focal point. So think about that when you're setting up your compositions. Great shot right there. Really, really good shot. Okay, so let's go through, now that I've talked about the narrative, I want to talk about the technical aspects of the image itself. The main thing I said is that they're all different sizes. I want to show you this. These are, and there seem to be random sizes, but these are pretty much generally accepted standard image sizes. So 3x5, 4x6, 5x7, 8x8, 8x10 is the big one, and then a 5x7 and 8x10, 4x6 are the big ones, but 8.5x11, 9x16, 11x14, 11x16. So, and these would be standard print sizes as well as frame sizes and things like that. So it would be a good idea to maybe uh-oh, my computer's about to freak out here. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so good. All right, so now let me just zoom in a little bit, because I want to talk about some of the technical merits of the images. Okay, let's go to this image. This image is good. I think it's done very well. You've got this selective focus. I think that the background could be a little bit more blurred, I think. And then again, you've got this rope in the background. So again, these would be extraneous background materials that kind of distract from the main focal point. Next shot. This shot is done well, but the focal point is right on the nose. Whenever you're shooting anything with eyes, you want the focal point to be on the eyes. A way to do this is to try, it's kind of a tough way to go, but a lot of times what I do when I'm shooting my dog is I'll set my camera on sports mode, and then I'll shoot him a couple of times and I'll take a look to see where the camera is capturing the settings. Then I'll duplicate those settings manually so I'm getting a good shot, but I can get the selective focus that I need. Hope that makes sense, because right now all of the focus is right here and not on these gorgeous gorgeous eyes in this dog. Okay, a little bit of blown out areas right here. Blown out meaning complete loss of detail. And it can be blown out black or it can be blown out white. So when we say blown out, if you talk about shadows being blown out, it means that they're pure black, no detail. If you talk about highlights being blown out, it means they're pure white, no detail. Right here, we're a little blown out, indicating probably too much light getting into the camera. Same thing here. Well, actually, this isn't too bad, but right here, we're starting to get a little bit of blown out area there. This area, is exposed very well, this image. And then, so is this one also. And then here we get some, and the sunlight is where it really becomes problematic, because right here, this whole area right here is blown to complete white. So is this right here and this right here. This area and this dog also. Then the shadow area is complete black right there, no detail. In the foreground here and here, complete black, no detail. And then in the background shadow area, again, complete black, no detail. You'll want to bring out some detail in those areas if you're going to keep it in focus. If not, open your aperture so that you can get a nice blurred background so that we can mostly focus on the focal point. Then I think some cropping might be interesting here too, something like that, so that we're really concentrating on the main players and not this extraneous background materials. Okay, great shot. Love it. Just love this shot. This is fantastic. And then black and white is gorgeous. I'm wondering if it wouldn't be feasible to, well, I just want to mention that, for the sake of consistency and a harmonious presentation, I would recommend you either stick with all color or all black and white. Okay, so excellent job, really good job. I've really enjoyed watching this presentation. I've looked at it several times now, and I think you're really showing this we're getting to know this personality of the dog, and I think that's really a neat thing. All right, so any questions, comments, concerns whatsoever, so please just let me know, and I'll be glad to clarify. All right, great job, thank you.